Good morning, Jared. What's up? All right, so as we know, today is a UK bank holiday, right? Also a JPY bank holiday. So yeah, there was some movement in Asian here and gold. We've had a nice move down. So as I said in the Discord yesterday, you can expect to see some more downside here on gold with interest rates coming up. They are looking to continue to raise rates, keeping the same stance, combating inflation, and there's even a possibility of 100 base points increase. So it's a very big increase in rates, and as we've seen with the raising of rates, we've had a lot of dollar strength. So looking to stick with that dollar strength. You've also broken below some really critical areas here, 1680. So we'll look to continue to move down this week. And looking left, now we've got some really clean traffic all the way to 1617. Let's see on the daily. I think we've got clean traffic until 1664. 1645. Right, here on the daily. Right now we are in this range, and I'm anticipating price to come down to this 1645 level right here, this daily support. Very nice safe target. We should tap into that level sometime soon. Obviously there's a lot riding on the news this week. As we see with the news, it's that kind of situation where you have buy the rumor, sell the news. So as we're hearing about the interest rates being raised, we'll see price move down and react to that. But once the news is released, alright, we see some pullback and some correction of that move with the news. So that may be confusing, alright, but we've seen that time and time again. So I'll be looking for gold to continue down up until Wednesday, where we may see some pullback, potentially even into 1700 or 1694. We've never got a real retest of this area. Let's see. As you can see, we are already on our way down to fill this wick. Now, there are setups here for today, but it's tricky. We're coming into what would be London session, but it's a UK bank holiday. So I don't really want to sit here and take any trades today. You know, I'd rather wait it out, come back tomorrow. There should be some opportunity. But there was some movement here in Asian. And on the Discord, the idea here was a break back below 1665. And you could potentially then fill this range right here, moving back down to this support at 1660. Then you've got this range right here, which looks small, but if we measure it out, I think that's 50 pips. The only reason I'm skeptical about taking sells within this range, alright, is looking here, we have a 4-hour support as well. Lots of reactions in this area. So I'll be happy to take sells within this range, although, like I say, the timing is just off for me. But you know, if we maybe see some pullback and then come break back into this range in New York session, I'd be looking to target 1660. Stay out of this range here between 1660 and 1655, and then looking for more sells below 1655 all the way into 1645. So my weekly targets for now are 1645. Based off the weekly time frame, we could potentially see price move into 1680, and in the near future looking for price to move down all the way to 1500 to basically fill this range here on the weekly. Your daily candle is bullish here. Doesn't mean too much. On the Discord, I actually gave a breakdown for buys above this 30-minute support, 30-minute resistance, and I see we broke above, but we just about filled this wick to the left and came back down. So if anyone took that trade, I hope you guys managed risk as we filled that wick, got a fake out there, and we continue to move down. So looks like we will see this bearish pressure for the rest of the next couple days up until FOMC, and that's what I'm going to look for potentially in New York session, and for the rest of the week sells below 1655. Here on GJ, obviously we are ranging right now, and your weekly candle here is very, very interesting. Right, we had a very strong reaction to this resistance, and I suppose we could now potentially see price come back into support here. Keep in mind we also have GBP interest rates this week, which could bring some strength to the pound, but very similar situation with the dollar, you know, buy the rumor, sell the news. So could see some GBP strength, but once the news comes out, we'll most likely see price move down. Overall, GJ is quite choppy at the moment. Here on the daily, we have also basically found support right in this area. Okay, our previous daily resistance, so we are coming down to retest this level. If we can form a decent support in this area on a daily, we could then potentially see price continue to move back up. Even though your weekly is so bearish, overall we still are bullish here. But keeping in mind that your weekly candle is bearish, if we do break out of this range right here on the lower time frame, so if we got a break below 162.875, morning Ron, morning Moto. Yeah, once we break out of this range to the downside, we could see further bearish movement here. A little bit tricky in terms of targets here to the left. You've got this support, which gives you about 25 pips, not too bad. But I would definitely be waiting for a breakout of this range at the moment. So even though this is a 25 pip range, you know, that's a much safer probability than taking trades within this range. Alright, so that's something you could potentially look at for the rest of the day. But for the week, like I say, this area right here is very important. If we can form support here on a daily, we could then potentially still see price move up. Otherwise, if we break back into this range right here, if we break back below 163.200, if we get a nice clear closure back into this range, we could then potentially see more downside here to come back down to 160. So based off the daily, one last time, looking for support to be formed here to continue moving up. Otherwise, at this point, it looks like we will continue to move down. So a break below 163.270 here on the daily. If we can close back into this range at the end of the day, then we could potentially see price move down here to the weekly support or the daily bottom of this range here by the end of the week. What's up, Gamerzone? Very big week this week. Lots of red folders. So I'll be streaming FOMC on Wednesday evening. And GBP interest rates are in the afternoon on Thursday. So a couple hours after the London session live stream, I'll look at doing a stream for GBP interest rates as well. As I said, they are looking to continue to raise GBP interest rates. Right, and as we can see on the 4th of August, let's have a look here on the 4th of August. There we go, 4th of August. Right, so as you can see, leading up to the interest rates, we obviously knew that interest rates were going to be raised. So here we go from the 2nd of August. We saw a lot of bullish pressure here on GJ, and we continued to ride up all the way until the news, and then we sold off. So just keep that in mind for this week. We are looking to continue to raise rates. We could see some more upside on GJ up until the news, where, as we see with news, price will most likely push down here. Very much same thing with gold. So let's go back to the 27th of July. Here on gold. Alright, you can also go back and watch the previous FOMC streams. I did stream the previous FOMC, 27th of July. Alright, here we go. So for the most part, you can see gold has been pricing in raised interest rates. Alright, a lot of bearish pressure here on gold, and then with FOMC right here, we've got this very strong push up with the news, and we see price correct some of this downside, but overall, you know, we continue to move bearish. So like I say, we've had a very strong push down on gold last week, looking to continue to move down today and tomorrow, and then with news we could expect to see some pullback, like I say, potentially coming back to retest those key areas at 1700. So like I say, bearish for today and tomorrow, and then we could potentially see some pullback with the news up until these key areas before continuing to move down. Just a quick look at the dollar index. just to show you the dollar strength at the moment, you can see this big move up from CPI. The result from CPI was that at that point they obviously confirmed that we would continue to raise rates. They confirmed that they would keep the same stance on fighting inflation. So we've had a strong push up from CPI, and looks like we will continue to move up here on the dollar. So dollar strength equals gold weakness. Like I say, continued downside on gold. And this right here is the yen index. So as you can see, this chart is pretty horrible. Let's see if we can find another one. Okay, here we go. So as we can see, for the most part here, quite bearish here on JPY. We've got continued JPY weakness. So that really counts in our favor here, looking for buys on GJ. Because with raised interest rates, we should also see some strength on the pound. So that's going to be it for the weekly outlook, guys. I've given you some ideas with what to work with, what to keep an eye out for, the key points for the week. So take it easy for the rest of the day. Obviously, New York session should be alright today, but this morning it's going to be pretty slow. No trades from me. And for the rest of the week, take it easy. Tomorrow should be really good, and Wednesday is going to be very interesting. I'll be streaming in the evening, and Thursday we've also got GBP interest rates. I'll consider streaming in the afternoon. Other than that, hope you guys have a great Monday, and thanks for joining. Cheers.